Shivaji Raje had earlier helped the commandant of Zavli, Chandrarao More, but now he was going against Shivaraje. So Shivaji Raje decided to attack his area, which was called Zavli. Chandrarao More was found communicating with Adil Shahi officers. Shivaji Raje attacked and killed Chandrarao and captured the fort of Rairi, which he developed into his second capital afterwards. During his skirmish with More, a young soldier was fighting for More vigorously. Shivaji Raje was impressed with his skills and enthusiasm. He stopped for a while, praised him, and asked him to join Hindavi Swaraj. The soldier was impressed by Shivaji Raje's personality and accepted the offer. His name was Murarbaji and he was sent to Fort Purandar. Shivaji Raje always respected and nurtured able persons. He strengthened Hindavi Swaraj by giving patronage to many such people throughout his life. This was an important campaign because in this campaign, Shivaji Raje won Zavali, Fort Raigad, started construction of Pratapgarh. He was a devotee of goddess Bhavani at Tulzapur. But the temple of Tulzapur was far away in Adilshahi area. He decided to build a temple of Bhavani Devi on Pratapgarh. He sent his persons to bring the black stone required for the sculpture from Nepal's Gandaki river. Shivaji Raje took keen interest in matters related to God, temples, religious rituals, as he was a devout Hindu. In the map of Maharashtra, you can see that this is Pune and this is Pratapgarh. So Zavli area is in this area of the map. Here the new fort of Pratapgarh was built. Adil Shahi Sultan, who was ruling at this time, was a minor, and Adil Shahi was ruled by his ambitious mother called Badi Begum. She received letters from imams in Kalyan area that Shivaji Raje was taking control of masjids which they had built by destroying temples. He was rebuilding the temples and reconverting forcefully converted Hindus. The terror of imams was diminishing and it was becoming difficult to convert Hindus to Islam. Spread of Islam was stopped in Shivaji Raje's kingdom. She was angry with all the developments at Purandar, Kalyan, Bhiwandi. She summoned all the chieftains and put the challenge of defeating Shivaji Raje. The most cruel and powerful chieftain Afzal Khan accepted the challenge. He was given a huge army with elephants, horses, weapons, money, and asked to start immediately. He went to his home for preparation. His astrologer told him that he was going to die in the expedition. He was so cruel that, on the suspicion that after his death his wives may marry other men, he put all his wives to death before leaving. His cruelty was manifested in many such barbarous acts before. He was openly ordered to capture Shivaji Raje, but the Adil Shah had secretly told him to kill Shivaji Raje. Afzal Khan left Bijapur and instead of going to Raigad, where Shivaji Raje was staying, he went to Tulzapur and Pandharpur. Here you can see that Bijapur is here, Pune is here. So this is a straight path. But instead, what he did, he went to Pandharpur, Tuzapur. This was not on his way. The shortest way was directly going through this. But he first went to Tuzapur and Pandharpur. Why? These two are important religious places of Maharashtra. He wanted to insult Maharashtra, Hindavi Swaraj, and Shivaji Raje. He was expecting that due to insult, Shivaji Raje will come out of forest protected Raigad, Rajgad, and fight with him in plains. It was easy to defeat Shivaji Raje on plains. He desecrated the idol of Bhavani Mata in Tuzapur, killed holy cow in the sacred sanctorum. He desecrated the Vitthal temple in Pandharpur. Even after this, Shivaji Raje remained silent. Afzal's plan was spoiled. Now he started sending summons to all officers of Adil Shah in areas near to Hindavi Swaraj. He asked all of them to join his forces to eliminate Shivaji Raje. Most of them obeyed the order. He also sent threatening letters to officers of Hindavi Swaraj. They started reaching Rajgarh with the letters. Shivaji Raje calmed them with his soft, assuring words. Afzal reached Vai. This is Vai. You can see Vai here. Vijapur is here. From Vijapur, he went to Pandharpur and then came to Vai. Afzal reached Vai and made a huge camp there. People in surrounding area were suffering a lot due to his atrocities, but they were helpless. Shivaji Raje decided to leave Rajgarh and move to safer place of Fort Pratapgarh. So this is Rajgarh and this is Pratapgarh. The Fort Pratapgarh was new. Enemy was not having any knowledge about that area and that fort. This made it safer for him. Afzal sent his envoy and asked Shivaji Raje to surrender. If he surrendered, he would take him to Adil Shah, request him to forgive and save his life and state. Shivaji Raje sent his envoy and begged for pardon. He told Afzal that Shivaji Raje has lost his confidence and ready to surrender. But he is so much afraid that he cannot dare to come to the camp at Vai. He requested Afzal to come to Pratapgarh, accept his surrender, and take him to Vijapur. Afzal supposed that his mission was easily accomplished. Now it was a matter of time that he would capture and kill Shivaji Raje. His advisors cautioned him not to go to the hilly forest area of Pratapgarh, but out of his overconfidence, Afzal did not heed to their advice. He decided to keep bigger part of army at Vai and move himself to Pratapgarh. His journey was very difficult for all the soldiers originally from Vijapur area. The elephants suffered the most while climbing up and down on the forest route. He reached the Par village near the fort. Many traders of cloths, pearls, gold had accompanied Afzal. Shivaji Raje invited them to Pratapgarh fort and purchased the costly goods. He assured them to make payments after surrendering to Afzal Khan. They agreed and stayed back in fort as guests. The day of surrender ceremony was fixed. A new road was constructed to reach at the meeting place. It was a single way route and ended on a small plain made specially for the meeting. The road ended there without any other way to return. A big and lavish tent was erected. It was decorated with curtains made of precious cloth, adorned with pearls and jewels. It was decided that Afzal and Raze will come to the meeting place accompanied with only 10 soldiers each. In the tent, both of them will be accompanied only by their advocates. On the day of meeting, Afzal Khan took 1,000 armed soldiers with him. Pantaji Gopinath, who was Shivaji Raje's advocate, objected to this politely. He requested Afzal Khan to abide by the terms and conditions decided with mutual concern. Otherwise, Shivaji Raje will not dare to reach meeting point, he said. Afzal was very happy to know about cowardness of his enemy and agreed. He went with only 10 soldiers and reached the tent. When he saw the tent, he asked Pantaji how Shivaji Raje could afford to build such a tent and from where he gathered so much wealth and costly items. Pantaji politely told that all this was in his honor only and everything will be surrendered to him. Afzal was pleased with this reply. Shivaji Raje did prayers at previous night. In the morning, he took blessings of Brahmins, donated cow, did secret meeting with his trusted men. All of them were aware of the action plan in both cases of success and failure. Even if Shivaji Raje was killed, what they should do and how they should take care of Hindavi Swaraj and little Sambhaji Raje. In case Shivaji Raje kills Afzal, what they should do. Elaborate plan was already made and rediscussed. Then he came out through the gate of fort and reached at some distance from the tent. From here he could see the inside view of tent. There was one extra person in the tent. He inquired who he was. Pantaji told Afzal Khan that because of the extra person, soldier Bada Sayyad, Shivaji Raje is not daring to come forward. Sayyad was sent away and Shivaji Raje entered the tent. When Shivaji Raje entered, Afzal Khan started scolding him for his revolt against Adil Shah. He narrated how he was friend of his father Shahaji Raje, which was totally false. Afzal Khan assured him that he will be taken to Bijapur and he will himself recommend to Adil Shah to forgive him. He opened his arms and invited Shiva Raje to settle in his embrace. Raje went forward and accepted his embrace. Afzal Khan folded his arms about Raje and made a forceful clutch. Then he took out his dagger and stabbed into Raje's back. Raje was alert and he was wearing iron jacket inside his clothes. He was saved due to the jacket. He was wearing a hidden weapon named Tiger Claws in his left hand. He used the claws and hurt Khan in his back. Due to this injury, the clutch was loosened. Same time, Shivaraja took out the small knife called Bichwa from his cuff and pierced into Khan's body multiple times. Khan started shouting, Daga, Daga, save, save. Sayyid rushed in and attacked Shivaraja. Before he could hurt Raje, Jiva Mahala, the bodyguard of Raje, rushed in and he cut off Sayyid's arm. Thus, Raje was saved. Khan was being taken to his palanquin, but Sambhaji Kauji hit on the feet of porters. He used his sword bravely to cut away head of Khan and ran onto the fort with the cut head. Meanwhile, Shivaji Raje had reached there. he saw the cut head and sent to Jizabai on Rajgarh. She was a brave lady. The culprit who had put her husband in jail was killed. The culprit who had arranged the death of her elder son Sambhaji Raje was killed in a fitting way. Even though she was a lady, she was brave and not averse to taking revenge. Her revenge was complete and she was happy. Meanwhile, on Pratapgarh, cannons were being fired as signal of end of part 1 successfully and start of part 2 of the plan. What was the plan and who was going to execute? Soldiers were hiding in forest surrounding the Khan's camp. The signal was given for these soldiers. The hidden soldiers suddenly came out and killed most of the Adil Shahi soldiers in a rapid attack and almost one side fierce battle. Very few of them could save themselves and reach Y camp to inform what had happened. While they were lifting the Y camp and running away, another force led by Netoji Palkar reached there to kill them. Shivaji Raje could garner a lot of weapons, treasure, horses, and elephants in this rapid action. Afzal Khan's son Fazal succeeded in saving himself and ran away. Immediately after this win, Shivaji Raje moved his army in three directions. He himself towards south, Doroji towards west, and Netoji towards east. Many forts and cities of Adil Shah had sent their soldiers to support Afzal and they were killed. Hence, there was no one to defend these cities and forts. When the news of death of Afzal spread, everyone was under extreme fear and pressure, and when Shivaji Raje reached the forts, they immediately surrendered. Within a span of only 15 days, Fort Panhala became boundary of Hindavi Swaraj. It was very fast expansion in very short time. This was achieved due to planning and implementing abilities of Shivaji Raje. Shivaji Raje went to fort city of Mirrors and laid siege. In this map, we can see that this is Pratapgarh, this is Y, and this is Panhala. This fort is Panhala. So, after killing Afzal Khan at Pratapgarh, Shivaji Raje made a fast expedition up to Panhala and led a siege to Miraz. This was a city in Adil Shahi area. What happened next? We will learn in our next episode. But before that, like this video, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai.